Paul and all of his letters are what I wanted to talk about today. Paul was one of the few people that was believed that could speak on Jesus' behalf. Before we get started on Paul's letters, let's first see who Paul was and who he is. Before becoming a minister and traveling the world to share God's word, he originally was a bully, throwing Christians into jails. It wasn't until one day when God spoke to him saying that what he was doing was wrong and blinded him for 3 days. When Paul came to see again, he changed his life completely to follow God and to share the life of Jesus. I think I would start following God too if he blinded me for 3 days, scared him straight. Now that we know a summary of who Paul is, let us jump into the first set of letters. When he wrote, he would always start his letters with his name, helping us a little on the who wrote what guessing game. He often wrote responses to questions people have and offering advice as to what God himself would do. An example of this is 1 Corinthians 7:1-2. Now for the matters you wrote about. It is good for a man not to have sexual relations with a woman. But since sexual immorality is occurring, each man should have sexual relations with his own wife, and each woman with her own husband. In this verse, he is answering a question about men having sexual relations with a woman. He answers this by saying that men can, but they have to be married first, and says the same for the women. There are 2 main letter groups, one to the churches and one to individuals. Regarding the churches, they were named according to where they were. And here on the screen, I display a list of all those letters. Paul wrote many letters that help us understand how to live as a Christian. If you have any questions on how to do this, try reading some of Paul's letters. Your answer might be there. Stay blessed.